Under the fierce Abuja sun, the city buzzed, buses humped, traders shouted, and dust swirled through the air like smoke. Amid the chaos, Amarachi, a young fair-skinned Nigerian woman, sat at the corner of a busy street. Her faded wrapper and torn blouse clung to her thin frame, and sweat rolled down her forehead. In her arms, a newborn baby slept restlessly. Her eyes were red from sleepless nights, yet still soft, the kind that carried both pain and hope. She stretched her trembling hand to strangers. "Please help me, even if it's just small change for food." Some looked away. Others muttered, "God will help you." None stopped to ask her name. None knew her story. Only a year earlier, Amarachi was full of dreams. She lived in her village, cheerful, hardworking, serving food at a small canteen near a military barracks. Every afternoon, young soldiers came to eat there, joking and laughing. One of them, Corporal Sunkanmi, caught her attention, tall, handsome in his green Nigerian army uniform, confident, and charming. He always smiled when she brought his food. "You cook better than the big hotels in Abuja," he teased. "Then marry me, let me cook for you every day," she joked shyly. Their laughter bloomed into love, or so she thought. He began to visit her often, bringing small gifts, a perfume bottle, a gold bangle, promises wrapped in sweet words. "Amara, when my promotion comes, I'll marry you. You'll live in the city. No more struggle." She believed him. She gave him everything, her heart, her trust, and her innocence. But when she missed her period and told him the news, his face hardened like stone. "How can I be sure it's mine?" he barked. "Don't ever come near my barracks again." His voice echoed like thunder. And before she could even speak, 2 guards dragged her out, throwing her onto the dusty roadside. Amarachi screamed. Her dreams shattered that day like glass. Months passed. Her belly grew, but her hope withered. She walked from street to street, begging for food, sleeping under broken stalls. People stared, whispered, avoided her. One rainy night, she hid under a bridge, crying in pain. With no one to help her, she gave birth alone. Her baby's first cry echoed under the concrete ceiling. She named him Light. Every morning, she tied him to her back and walked through markets, begging to survive. She covered him with her old wrapper when cold winds came. Her whisper to God was always the same. Just one miracle, even a small one. One hot morning near the National Assembly, a military convoy roared past. Sirens wailed. People ran to the sides. But Amarachi didn't move. She clutched her child tighter, shielding his tiny face from the dust. The lead vehicle stopped. Doors opened. A tall man in a full Nigerian military general's uniform stepped out. His name was General Desmond Dixon, a man both feared and respected across the nation. His uniform gleamed with medals. His face was calm but commanding. He noticed the young woman sitting by the roadside. Something about her sorrowful face caught his attention. "Who is she?" he asked his driver. "Just a beggar, sir," came the reply. But he didn't move on. He walked closer and looked down at her. "Madam, why are you here?" Amarachi trembled, clutching her baby. Her voice cracked as she told her story, the betrayal, the pregnancy, the nights under the bridge. The general listened silently, eyes softening. After a moment, he said gently, "No woman deserves this. Get up. From today, you will never beg again." That night, Amarachi slept on a clean bed for the first time in months. The mansion was quiet, filled with chandeliers, polished marble floors, and soft music. The maids whispered behind her back, "A beggar in the general's house?" But he silenced them with one stern look. Amarachi helped in the kitchen, cared for the general's elderly mother, and sang to her baby in the evenings. Her gentleness filled the house with peace. General Desmond began to notice her kindness, her strength, her gratitude. Weeks turned to months. One evening, as golden light filtered through the curtains, he said softly, "Amarachi, I may have everything, power, money, respect, but I lack peace. And when I look at you, I find it. Will you be my wife?" Amarachi gasped. Tears filled her eyes. She nodded slowly. That night, she cried, not from pain but from joy. Her son, once a beggar's child, became the adopted heir of a general. Months later, the tables turned. Corporal Sunkanmi, the same man who betrayed Amarachi, was arrested, caught stealing weapons and taking bribes. His file landed before General Desmond Dixon, the commander-in-chief. When Sunkanmi was dragged into the courtroom in handcuffs, his heart froze. There, beside the general, stood Amarachi, no longer poor, no longer broken, but radiant in a beautiful, elegant red gown. Please forgive me, he cried. But she stood silent, eyes calm and strong. The general's voice filled the hall. You once abandoned a woman and her child. Today you stand before the same woman, not as her lover, but as a criminal. The same streets you threw her into will now remember your fall. Sun Kanmi was dismissed, stripped of his uniform, and sent to prison. Years later, Amarachi stood on her mansion balcony, dressed in a flowing white lace gown, her gold jewelry shining in the evening light. Below, her sunlight played joyfully near the garden fountain. She closed her eyes and whispered, God lifted me from the dust and made me dine with kings. From the streets of Abuja to the palace of a general, she had become a living proof that grace can find you anywhere. Moral of the story: never despise anyone in their low moments. The same person you reject today might rise tomorrow, to a height where your apology can no longer reach. In the prison, Corporal Sun Kanmi suffered for many long years, and in the darkness, he made one vow: revenge. Watch out for the next episode of this powerful story. For now, stay strong, stay steady, and don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments section. What's your view about this story? If you were in Amarachi's shoes, would you have forgiven Corporal Sun Kanmi, once the love of her life? Tell us, where are you watching from? If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more touching and emotional African stories. This is Noble from Noble Folktales 247, where stories speak to the heart. Please subscribe.